Whether it's crossing the streams...
You got him. Don't cross the streams.
...or on his holy crusade...
They're not going to catch us. We're on a mission from God.
Dan Aykroyd has brought nothing but joy and laughter to filmgoers for over 30 years.
Something happened to Thomas J. last night.
He's okay, isn't he?
Yeah, he also told his daughter Macaulay Culkin was dead, but you take the bad with the good. Always keeping himself busy, most recently on screen with Matt Damon and his teeny tiny shorts.
Hey, Seymour.
Hey, Scott. Why don't you stay out of my business?
Dan is visiting Australia as he's added distiller to his list of achievements and has made a success of not just what he puts in the bottle, but very much the bottle itself.
As always, use your head and drink responsibly. Any questions?
Welcome, legend Dan Aykroyd!
Thank you. You remembered. You remembered.
Dan, it's an honour to have you on the program. Welcome. And we're going to talk about all your movies and everything shortly. But first, this is your first time in Australia, and from what I know, you've done a tour of our liquor stores.
Yeah, that's what I do now. Yeah. I sign bottles instead of CDs and books, and that's okay.
Where did this interest in vodka come from?
Well, I just wanted to do something better than the norm. I've always wanted to do something better. I've always collaborated with people to make the best, I think, in my career. And we don't do it alone. When we do a hit record, a hit movie, a hit TV show, we collaborate. So I collaborated with the best people on the planet, I think, to make this vodka. And we just make it better. Better grains, better water, and a better manufacturing process. It was kind of a step up to a luxury product, maybe just a little better than the norm. Opened up a lot of vodkas. They smell like Chanel number 17. And they have an oily viscosity. I decided to strip out the oils, and we're winning medals all over. We won the Alia last year, the Prodexpo in Moscow. And if, you know, Russians don't know their vodka, then you guys don't know how to put a crocodile to sleep. So, and then, yeah.
Are your movies more enjoyable to watch while responsibly drinking your vodka?
Well, there was a few you might need a few shots to endure, you know. Most of them are pretty palatable. I got some AAA ones there I'm proud of.
You've made some brilliant movies. Ghostbusters is one of the most loved.
Yeah.
Now, there's a story that the Ghostbusters 3 is going to be made.
We're in writing process now. Yeah, we're looking very close, yeah.
But there's something interesting that came. I don't know whether you saw. There's the fans of Ghostbusters, for which I am one. This is one of my all-time favourite movies. They've found. That's pretty much where I learned everything I know. The Ecto 1A, obviously the original car, they've found it.
59 Cadillac.
They've signed a petition to try and get it back in shape because it's not looking too great. Have you signed this petition?
Well, I don't know which one that is, actually. There's a couple of them, you know. The one that I saw recently back on the Sony lot is in pretty good shape.
Right.
Really?
But I don't know what that one. I'm not sure what that one is.
That's going to come as terrible news to the people behind this petition.
Yeah.
They'll be both happy and devastated at the same time.
I don't know what that one is, but they've got one that'll work, I think. We will need a new vehicle for the third one. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Yeah.
As a comedian, I've been a fan of all of your work, and in particular your early stuff on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, sir.
And watching that today, do you think you would get away with that now?
Oh, I'll get away with a lot more now. You know.
That's just because you're Dan Aykroyd.
Well, I think it's standards. People are, you know, there's a more liberal view. I mean, look at some of the stuff that's on, you know, Game of Thrones. I mean, look at some of these series. There's, you know, sexual.
There's a lot of nudity, isn't there?
Free proclivity there, and you know.
Is that a fancy word to say boobs? Or?
You know, language, you know, language is a lot freer. You know, there's certain things that we couldn't say back then, or do. So I think today, you know, that the Saturday Night Live cast and writers benefit from a kind of a more liberal loosening of the restrictions. I don't know whether that's such a good thing or not. I'm not sure.
Now,
I'm not a preacher or anything.
Kids today is what you're saying, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, it has just passed 30 years since John Belushi passed away.
Right.
What did that... You two worked so closely. What did that do to you? How did you get through that?
Well, you know, of course, he was 33, I was 29. I lost my partner there, and basically, I looked at it as losing someone in combat. You know, you just, you turn, they're gone, and you got to move on. So I moved on and went on to do what I did in my career, but I miss him every day, I must tell you. There was a period where I just was quiet, and I went back home to the farm and hung with my parents and my friends up there and had a quiet time, and then began to move on, picked myself up, and got other projects going, and we moved on to you know, had a career that I thank all of my collaborators for, but I miss John every day.
I bet.
I mean, I think about him all the time, yeah.
Now, mate, on to happier news. Is it true that Fran Drescher, the nanny, actually got you and your wife together? Is that a true story?
She was instrumental in that, yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
she claim that you proposed?
Kiss him. Go ahead. What have you got to lose?
Doesn't
It's all right.
claim that you proposed on her porch or something like that?
Well, I actually, yeah, could have, yeah, could have. I mean, there were many. Look, I mean, you know, trying to win Donna, you know, I proposed many times. Oh yeah, I was pulling things out of the hat all the time. You know, maybe this will work, maybe that'll work. How about this rap here? You know? It was, yeah.
Well, it would have been easier, obviously, if you owned an island. Which do you now own an island?
Well, yes, it's not a big island. It's
Oh, you're so humble.
it's 7 acres. And you know, honest, I bought that thing in 1987 and paid $65,000. It's the best $65,000. There's nothing on there but you know, a campfire and an Airstream trailer and a lot of wildlife.
Do you find people want to talk to you about your Airstream? Because Airstream trailer owners are very obsessive people.
Oh, yes. Well, this is one that will never roll again. Right. It's there on the island. We dragged it over and we put it there, and we dragged it on its back on the ice like a beetle, and then hauled it up there, and turned it over, and there it sits. But my family and I have great pleasure there, and I wrote a couple of screenplays there with my late partner, Tom Davis. We did a lot of work on the island, and it's the greatest place to work, you know. Again, you know, for security, it's pretty cool because you can hear boats coming.
Yeah. I've got a tent. Could I hang out on the island? Or?
Yeah, I would put you in a beautiful spot if you ever did come to Canada. And, you know, we do have a beautiful summer in July and August, like what you're going to expect here. Lots of hot temperatures and warm waters, and it's really a
Well, that's a
great
date,
place.
is what I'm saying.
Well, it has been an absolute pleasure having you here. If you want to find, would you please put your hands together for Dan?
Thank you, sir.